one of my series of taking philosophers on a journey. For whoever heard of a philosopher who ever really died, we can always bring them back and make them sing for our times. So I want to start with a little parlour game. Who is the greatest thinker of the 20th century you've only just heard of, or only half heard of? It's a good question. There's quite a few. But she, you kind of knew that, I think, for my money, is Hannah Arendt, erstwhile pupil of Heidegger, and his lover for a while, the muse of the great work Being and Time, but a subtle thinker in her own right. A thinker who had the confidence to say, if you're really going to understand the mind, you've got to not understand it as mine alone. It's a collective idea. She's the one, exiled. She fled Germany just in time. She was rich enough and clever enough, you see, and then came back for the trials at Nuremberg. She was the one who came back and said, I thought I was going to see monsters, but I just saw chicken farmers. Psychotic men are men without imagination. There is a horrible banality of evil. That's Hannah Arendt. But it's not that phrase for which I think you need to remember her. It's another one, in her last works, where she suddenly said, on a kind of a detour, that's weird. How do you understand the conscious mind? What is consciousness but this? A conversation with Socrates' demon. You see, Socrates always said he had a daemon, spelled with an A. There was like a little voice in his head that made him account for who he was, that made him go through his memories, that made him dream who he could be, that riveted past and future, that gave him his mind, that gave him the tools that Hannah said we have to think with if we are going to be truly free. The tools of your conscious mind. And she means it when she says a daemon, because she's contrasting it with a demon. She's lived through that which most of us can only dream of, the collapse of a state. She knows a totalitarian state is like no other. You see, if you're a true dictator, you can force your subjects to consecrate their minds, to make their minds be defined through you and you alone. Hannah Arendt knows how Big Brother really watches. And so our answer is Socrates' demon. You must think for yourself, examine for yourself, rivet your past and future together. And yet, of course, her fate is the fate of all existential philosophers, standing as they do between an old world order of imperialism and our state. We all go, yeah, you're an axis by which we'll understand our world, but we want lots of different identities, lots of different ways we could be ourselves. Perhaps it's self-confidence, a desire to be creative, democracy, or more likely, we've forgotten what tyranny is like. And so what? Over the course of a life, don't we all aim to be so many people, be caught up in so many different conversations with ourselves, so many different demons? I mean, what else is something like Twitter or Facebook but a conversation with who we might become? Oh, it answers back. But it's really about who we are, who we could dream to be, who we might be differently. A way, then, of understanding how we are conscious. A way that is strange. That when it is just innocent, who I might be, whether it's a product or a relationship with a computer screen, it's perhaps innocent enough. And yet, and here I'm going to jump philosophers to Foucault. Foucault gets something about this. He liked Hannah Arendt, and he gets something. That actually, your most enduring relationship in a world without God is the one thing that can still judge you. Oh, it can delight and surprise you, give you lusts and give you lovings, and be your body. His point, Foucault's and Hannah Arendt's, in a way, is that most of us will consecrate our consciousness in some kind of relationship with a body to whom we are accountable. The one who will remember that you did smoke, that you did drink, that you did eat fatty foods, and act accordingly, who might act unjustly. So that it is all too easy to turn your mind into a strange relationship of fear to your body, wondering what you might be becoming, wondering what you already are. But there's another side to this too. If you're going to understand your consciousness in some sort of relationship to your body, to who you are, to what you're feeling, you don't have to use all of it. Let me give you an example that is certainly too close to my heart. anorexia. Some idiots will tell you anorexia is nothing tastes as skinny feels, but that's not the point of it. I think the point of it lies in this. That actually, if you're stuck in a job, you have to work and it's a bit lonely. Loneliness is company. You can turn your body, you see, into something like your company. A feeling that is quietly your own alone. Hannah Arendt, then, isn't popular. Why? She offers a difficult choice. On the one hand, you've got all those wonderful dark demons you could fall in love with. Demons of the body, delight, surprise. And on the other, a fusty old uncle, an avuncular Socrates telling you, do what's right. Not a popular choice, perhaps, but one you forget at your peril. So in the end, I suppose the answer is, which will you choose? The choice of Alcibiades.